Oh, okay. It's cold, man.
Yeah, the weather not the best.
No, it's not the best. It's gone worse than the best.
Where's
All
the
right.
positivity?
Positivity
Yes, sir.
everywhere. Okay.
Exactly.
You've gone 4 years without ejaculation. Why do you think semen turns cold? Okay. All right. Action. Guys, welcome back to part two of Semen Retention Talk, aka the Big Man Talk. Today we've got Jimmy No Cap, the one and only. Come on. So some of you may know or may not know, Jimmy just reached a milestone of 1 year of retention. So,
Actually, almost 13 months now. Actually, not 12,
all right, yeah, so nearly,
because it
yeah,
was a month
yeah,
ago.
true, true. So, yeah, nearly 13 months. So, that's a massive milestone in modern day with all the destruction that's available to us as men. Everywhere you look, you're distracted. So, from me personally, massive well done to you.
Thank you.
I'm very proud of your progress, of your journey, and I know personally how challenging it is from my own experience. And I remember my first year of getting to 1 year was almost like the most rewarding one because it's almost like you're questioning, can I get there? Can I not? It's a constant battle. But the fact that you're here after 1 year, finally in elite men club, welcome to the
Can I
club.
ask you a specific question?
Yeah.
Why it's a certain elite man's position after
because
years?
because minority retain, right? Minority, we know majority don't, so that makes you in that elite club. And if you look at some of the great men, the Malcolm X's, the Nikola Tesla's, etc. of the world, they achieved great things, and I'm sure retention was part of it on some level. So at
I
least
agree.
how I look at it,
Yeah.
is definitely, um, it definitely contributes to your overall energy, to your aura, to your magnetism as a human being. All right, so let's get right into it. Question number one. You've gone 13 months without an ejaculation. Why?
Why? Why? Why didn't ejaculate for 13 months?
Yes.
Yeah. First things first. I just wanted to. First of all, you're motivated. You motivated me,
Come
right?
on.
So you started this journey back in 2021, and for me, it was like, yeah, cool. Remember, I did like 3 months.
Yeah, yeah.
I think it was 2021 May to 2021 August. It's not like it's important, but it was my first like kind of like experiment on my
Mm-hmm.
body, on my feelings. That I enjoyed it. To be honest, I'll tell you no, because it was like uh, I mean, it's a topic on another day, right? Because I got COVID that time.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
kind of, I want to say COVID saved me because I
Mm.
didn't want to have like sexual intercourse or ejaculation at all. Because when you're sick, you kind of not in
Yeah,
the mood for
exactly.
a sexual act.
Absolutely.
So yeah, I mean, and somehow I told myself a year ago, let me do like another 3 months. I didn't put a goal to do it a year. It's
Mm.
just like, let me do another 3 months. If I'm not gonna do 3 months, that's okay. At least a month. I like to do like these short kind of month challenges.
Mm-hmm.
Let me do one. And then I surpassed month. Then automatic, because I was kind of busy, like learning, reading,
Mm.
other like challenges, like reading every day, working every day, training every day,
Mm-hmm.
and then like I surpassed 3 month point,
Point, yeah.
and somehow eventually I got 6 months, and then it was 8, and I was like, I think that's enough because already like 6 months is
Yeah.
it's
It's
you know
plenty.
it's a win, right? So,
Mm-hmm.
but and then I realized like I did 8 months, why cannot do 12? And exactly what happened, I did 12, and I remember. Yeah, we filmed this video like 2 weeks ago, and because
Yeah.
you didn't have memory on the phone, it was a very interesting conversation. I'm not promising you to do the same like deep inside conversation like we had before,
Sure.
but I remember we were talking about that. The trigger was a year ago. A girl that I liked,
Yeah.
and kind of like I don't know, I was kind of like into my emotions, and I couldn't control them. And she, like when you're super emotional towards a
Mm-hmm.
female, a girl, a woman, she feels that, and
Mm.
she's already unattracted to you
Facts,
because
facts,
you're like,
facts.
he's like average man. I can find a better male.
Absolutely.
And that triggered me like, what? No. You know what? I will do my best. I will put my body into pressure.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna read every day. I'm gonna do the semen retention journey,
Mm-hmm.
and train every day. And
Love
that's
that.
how I kind of blocked all the women kind of how do you like women uh,
Influence on you. Yeah.
influence, not influence on women. It's just like I kind of cut the interest for a woman, which is
Mm.
impossible because it's like like
Yeah, it's
in our
embedded.
genes it's
Yeah.
normal to have, we're human beings.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I kind of like started like controlling like meditation, praying, and I started like really uh do a deep focus on my goals and
Love
my
that. Love
my
that.
life journey. So I really worked every single day towards that, no matter how I felt. That I told you many times.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, back to your question, why I did 13 months of semen retention. So the girl was a motivational trigger,
Mm-hmm.
and I just wanted to be kind of like try a year, because one of my Muslim friends, Hussein, he did a year as well.
Nice.
Because he doesn't look like a guy who could like do a year, and he
Mm-hmm.
did. I was like, well, if he did, why? Well, I want to try it as well.
Good.
And eventually, I did 12 months. So I hope that's a good answer to
No, that
your
is good.
question.
That is good, absolutely. And I love the fact that you initially didn't set a goal over 12 months. You set a goal of 3 months,
Mm,
which in reality is a realistic goal to set.
yeah,
Because if you set 12 months, it feels like, wow, that's 12 months. That's such a long time. Wow. And it's easy to be demotivated. But if it's only 3 months, you're like, yeah, 3 months is
still
possible.
it's hard.
Yeah, it is still
Yeah,
hard. But if, like, that's 1 year is feels so far away at times.
mm,
So if you just do small goals, and then once you reach those goals, you already got the momentum.
yes.
So if you already got the momentum, you might as well continue, because once you relapse, trust me, your brain's gonna remember the feeling and be like, oh,
Sorry.
bless you,
Thank you.
that felt good, let's do that again. And it's gonna look for an opportunity to release again. I know, like the way our body is designed, the more you feed something, the more you want it. The less you feed it, the less it, not that you want it, it forgets about it and it just moves on.
True, but I think it depends on the person as well. On not genes, but like it
Mm,
depends. Yeah, genes. The person's genetics.
yeah,
Because some people are like strong naturally, but most of the people like they need to get a new habit and learn a new habit,
true, true.
right? So I'm a person that like I'm a slow learner, but if I really want something, I'll no matter what I'll fucking learn it, right? So
You
one of the
go
thing
after it.
is the semen rotation. Do I needed that? To be honest, no. But I really wanted to achieve this goal.
Mm,
Same with everything else. What I'm, what I accomplished, and I want to, and
mm.
I will accomplish.
Yeah. So, in other words, you want to be your best version, and retaining makes you the best version of yourself. Because number one, you have more time. More time results in you being more productive. As simple as that. Less time to chase girls. You're not doing your, you're not spending your time chasing girls. You're not spending your time watching pornography. You're not spending your time doing this, doing that, and that's a lot of time and resources. Instead, you're focusing on yourself. So it's always good to take at least a year out to focus on yourself. So this is what I tell to all the men. If you've never done that, if you've never taken at least a year out to focus on your spirituality, physicality, mentality, your finances, your career, then you're missing out. You're distracted. And we know plenty of men are distracted. They'd rather chase a girl that they like than focus on themselves and their own development, unfortunately.
But it's normal. Right? It's
To some, yeah,
human
yeah, of course.
body's nature.
But if you're still not where you want to be in life, dedicate some time to that.
And guys, you don't need to go for a year. To be honest, a month is enough. Usually, it
Mm,
actually takes, like Alex Hermosi said, to succeed at your like your goal in life, it takes from a 3 month period to up to 3 years.
yeah,
So it makes sense. To be
makes
honest.
sense. Makes sense. Yeah, absolutely. And
So
obviously, the bigger the goal, sometimes the longer it may take you to succeed. But as long as you retain it on some level, that's already success. Because releasing every day is basically slow death. All right, question number two. Do you think semen is your superpower now, or retention rather, like doing this journey?
is semen retaining my seed is it a superpower?
Yeah, the whole lifestyle.
Personally, for me, no, it's not. Because I think personally for me, more a more for me works better to maintain everything as a balance in life. So if you want to have like sexual intercourse, you want to have a date, or want to have sex, I think you should do it if you really feel that. Don't do it like every single day, especially like masturbation, right?
Mm.
Self love they call it. Yeah, don't do self love every day. If you want to do it, if you can manage like doing self love with yourself and work and read and like really get to your position, to your goal, feel free doing it, right? But for me, it didn't work. But it's not a superpower for me because, to be honest, I think a person, a human being needs to. Everything in life is a balance. Even like with
True.
alcohol, even when I don't drink for a long period of time, I'm kind of like, do I need a drink? No.
Mm.
Can I have a drink? Yeah, it's actually, personally me, I had a situation. I didn't drink for 6 months at all. Then I had a couple of drinks. So I felt, I kind of relaxed. I
Mm.
felt like even maybe a conversation is pointless when I'm talking to a person who I'm drinking with. But it's just like this, like a short period of your life
Mm.
that you just like, relaxing
Yeah.
and just your brain is actually uh
You let
opens to
loose a
real
bit. Yeah.
relaxation and you're
Yeah.
just enjoying the moment rather than like working every day and pressuring yourself, which I did a lot.
Mm.
I was
Mm.
literally like, meditating every day, reading every day. Like depression, I'm reading. I don't want to go run or train. I train.
Mm-hmm.
I want to like, I don't know. I don't want to do certain things. I'm doing it. Do I want like I have a day off? I'm still gonna do some work to like
Mm.
that I have towards my goal. Technically, for me, it's not the best regime. I think you still can have like a 1 day off or even 2 days off. Like that's
Mm.
why 9 to 5, and then people have like 2 days off in their
True.
life, right? In a week's time, because even like in Bible it says Shabbat, yeah, Shabbat. You should have Shabbat once a week. I'm bear in mind I didn't finish Bible. That's what I heard from my Christian colleague. She said you should have once a week Shabbat because your body is relaxing, and when you're working every single day, it's
Mm.
actually a mile close to your death, which makes sense.
Right. Right. Right.
So
Right.
technically, yes, you need to have breaks and you need to kind of have joyful moments in life.
Absolutely. Absolutely. As you said, it's all about balance. You work hard, you rest hard. And on just to touch on quickly on masturbation. By the way, guys, you can masturbate in sexual kung fu. We call it solo self cultivation. You can masturbate. You don't ejaculate in the end of your masturbation session, and you don't watch pornography. You actually more in tune with your sexual energy, and you're trying to figure out how the sexual energy works. But that is a sexual kung fu discipline, which takes time to get there, and that's actually encouraged to do that because it doesn't harm anyone. You figuring out about your own sexuality. But as for those who should, I'll say everyone should learn sexual kung fu because it's part of our sexual energy. You want to understand that. They don't teach you this in school, but you want to be in control of your sexual energy. So something that I would recommend Jonathan White web YouTube channel to check in for actual techniques and details on that. All right. Question number 3. The craziest benefit you've personally felt since retaining.
Extra work.
Extra work, yeah.
Mm, Probably that's it. I don't have nothing to add because I literally like I actually if I'm gonna look in the past year, I actually achieved and did so
Mm,
many things,
mm.
and most of the things that I write down on a piece of paper 7 8 months ago, 70% I actually achieved those.
Oh, fantastic. Well done.
And I mean at the moment like you just keep grinding every single day because you see the goal and you're just going for it. And I'm not gonna say I achieved the main goal, and I'm working every single day. And after that, I'm gonna go film. I don't know because I already filmed in the morning, like a couple of stuff. But yeah, I achieved 70% of my
Mm,
goals last year, which is probably maybe 15%. I'll put 15% benefits from retaining my seed because I was kind of more focused on learning rather than uh, girls. I
yeah,
bear in mind,
yeah.
actually, I think I used Tinder maybe like 3 times in my life.
Right.
It just didn't work for me. I didn't maybe because I don't have a proper like uh gentleman picture that like a girl scrolls. Oh, this guy's hot. Like Tristan Tate guy. Um, I never had like I think because I do only if you can I know don't have pictures.
Yeah, not as many. Not as
I only
many.
do screenshots, which actually
Yeah.
sometimes when you film a certain video and then you do a screenshot, it looks like a cool picture.
Yeah, sometimes it comes out better.
You're a model, so you're more into pictures,
Yeah, yeah, that's it.
taking
That's it.
pics. But yeah, I just worked an extra mile and
Mm-hmm.
probably yeah, like I remember evenings I really was super fucking tired, and I just read like philosophy books just before
Mm-hmm.
bed, even a passage or like 3 pages that like I
That's good.
put a mark on them. I'm just like memorizing them and reading them rather than looking at the girl. Like I sometimes fuck I'll say this. Sometimes I'm opening pornography just to kind of I don't know. I
Sneak,
actually
sneak, sneak peek.
sneak peek. I don't like masturbate, but like doing a sneak peek, kind of like to get your satisfaction out of it.
Mm.
Is it good? I don't think it's good, but I don't do it every day. But maybe like twice in 2 weeks, like once a week,
Mm. Mm.
maybe. It depends on my mood, right? I'm not a robot, and you're not a robot. I know you don't watch porn. Or maybe
No,
I don't know.
no, I
Be
don't.
honest with it,
No, I don't. I don't
right?
watch it, to be honest. And now, a few times when I kind of like accidentally came across it, I was like, nah, it's gross, and I just switch it off.
It depends which one.
It doesn't matter. To
Like
me,
that.
yeah, to me, it's all of
No,
them.
I
It's
agree with
it's
you.
it's
Yeah,
gross. Like to me, I'm over that stage now. To be fair,
yeah. I agree. That's low vibrational kind of
so yeah,
joy.
it's a low frequency for sure. And dark energy as well.
Dark dopamine energy,
Yeah, absolutely cheap,
but
cheap
we still
dopamine.
need dopamine in our
We
lives.
do, we do, but it doesn't have to be cheap pornography dopamine. It can be a healthy dopamine. Being out in nature, swimming in the sea, doing positive things. There's plenty that
But
you
if
can
you
get
live in
dopamine from.
London, well, you can go to a park, like we're
Yeah,
in where we're right
yeah, it
now.
means this is a square rather than a park. But yeah, you can utilize whatever you've got in your resources. All right.
What was
Yeah,
the
the
question?
question was though, the craziest benefit you personally felt since retaining.
Yeah, extra work. That's it.
Yeah, extra work. Yeah, I love that. More productivity, more energy, more discipline. Because once you discipline in this area, it's easier to be disciplined in other areas as well. That's for sure.
Mm, I agree with that.
No, because it does set a good momentum of discipline.
I just wanted to say maybe like if you train like for example boxer, some martial arts, it gives you the discipline, but still because your testosterone is so high.
Hmm.
I remember like when I did boxing like 2021 after after a good session, I was like, "Fuck, my testosterone is so high. Let me like watch some porn." And like
Yeah,
like that's what
yeah,
I did.
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
open about it,
yeah.
and kind of like yes, training is definitely can like give you this military kind of like mindset, but yes, it's kind of retaining the seed kind of gives you like more spirituality towards that, not
Mm-hmm.
like aggressive animal instinct like fighting,
Yeah.
right? If you can do both, you're a G.
Absolutely. I remember when I had my boxing fight. First year in 2018, when my fight fell through, I retained for 2 months. And second year, I was intending to retain for like 3 months. Unfortunately, I had a relapse, and I retained for like what was it, 5 weeks before my fight in 2019, which is still good at that time, especially. All right, next question. Let's be real. How hard is it not to release for 1 year?
Very hard. Very hard, especially probably for not even first month. First 3 months is the hardest
Mm,
because you just really like, because your body did it for the last fucking 15, 20 years. And you just need to do that. And just say no to yourself. It's probably like smoking. When you smoke every single day, you
mm,
got used to this nicotine. And when you're like
facts,
saying
facts,
no, you just
facts.
have this anxiety all over your body. You know what? One good thing actually about this experiment, I have much less anxiety every single morning.
Love that,
I
love that.
I still have it, but I really know how to control it.
Mm,
Maybe it's praying, maybe it's meditation every single morning. Cold showers as well. Cold showers is like one of the
yeah,
key actually.
it's a
But
combination of
like
things.
we still need to go to that Russian banya and do a
Yeah, yeah,
cold
yeah, yeah.
plunge. I want to have a proper cold plunge because I think my
Sheesh.
body is like ready for it.
Come on, son.
What was the question again?
The how hard is it not to release?
Yes, what I said. Very hard. And I think after month 6, you kind of get used to that and kind of like, yeah.
Mm,
If it's personally how I was looking at this, I look at it that if it happens, it happens. You ejaculate, cool. I already won. I did 6 months, and but
mm,
to be honest, I can do a year. Like if I did 8 months, let me do it 12 months. And I remember like going to because I supposed to go Nigeria in January, and
yeah.
deep inside of my head, I was kind of like emotionally kind of scared to go there because it's a dangerous country, and I don't know where the fuck I'm going. Like some like village in central
Yeah.
Nigeria, and like these thoughts that I had. I didn't have like sex, and if I'm gonna go there, like something gonna happen. I
Mm.
really didn't enjoy my kind of like life, but in reality, that's actually good because you even actually probably this thing gave me extra power to kind of like
Mm.
survive being in Nigeria,
Love that. Yeah,
doing
yeah,
working
absolutely.
like literally I was working like 8 9 like 8 9 hours a day,
Mm.
filming constantly, doing a movie, preparing for the event, filming. Not like usually when you're going abroad and people want to see you, and especially like beautiful woman
Mm.
wanna wanna talk more with you. And I had those moments over there, and I was like, no, I came here to work. I'm focused on my thing. I have this event like in the last day. Let me just film now. I have this event. Like I think I was like 2 in the morning, and I
Mm.
slept maybe 4 hours that day. No, I'm working. I'm concentrated. Let me do my 10 out of 10, my best, and that's why I'm here. And this kind of like small, this like retaining my seat kind of helped me in that trip. On that trip, yeah, definitely actually
Love
helped
that.
me.
Love that. Love
So
that. Absolutely, man. See, it makes you more productive, gives you more energy, keeps you disciplined, keeps you in the right headspace, most importantly, because when you're distracted with girls, ejaculation, this and that, your brain is clouded. It
I
definitely
can
is.
imagine if sorry interrupting, if I will go to Nigeria working so hard and like really like releasing like before bed, like oh, let me watch a bit, like
Mm.
I'm so corny. Like I went to Russia, like there's a lot of beautiful women, and like two couple of years ago I was like,
Mm.
no, I'm horny, let me do that shit. I'm really open about it. I'm honest. Like yeah, and but in Nigeria it's just like I don't do that. I'm kind of like I don't want to say killer mindset, but I'm focused. Let me do my shit. I don't like
Mm.
I didn't came here to fucking enjoy like life. I'm working. I need to achieve my goal, and exactly what happened.
That's it.
I gained 100,000 followers in 5 days because I was focused.
Mm. There you go. There you go. Focus, direct energy leads to results.
Absolutely, no, absolutely.
All right. Do you think most men are wasting their potential through porn and masturbation?
Yes.
Facts, facts, facts.
Why? Yeah, because it takes a lot of your time, and not even time is important, but the energy that you have, right?
Mm.
Even like example, in the evening you like you work hard, you want to like ejaculate to relax. You're wasting like fucking an hour like scrolling so much dopamine on this porn websites. And usually how it works, you go to Yahoo or Google, type specific like topic that you want to see, and then you have multiple choices of websites, and you click all of them, and you're like,
Mm.
which one I'm gonna ejaculate to? And this is fucked up because it takes I remember it takes like an hour of your time.
Bro, if not more.
Again, it's fine doing it, like, because everybody, if you're watching and think like, yo, I'm not a waste man, I'm dude, you're a fucking dude. You're a little pussy, like, because you fucking did it. You did that, brother. Or like, if a female is watching this video, everybody did self love at least once in their life. It's human nature, and you're gonna agree with me right now.
It's
So
normal.
yeah, it
You
takes
self
an hour,
discovery.
maybe even 2 hours sometimes. You will
Yeah.
agree with me,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Before when I used to, live that lifestyle, I could spend hours of looking for the perfect video, and then after I ejaculate, I'm like, you're such a waste, man. Like, why are you doing this? Like, and then half an hour later, I'll be back on it and searching again. It's just like it's a visual cocaine. It's an addiction.
It's a good actually
Yeah,
a name to it, a visual cocaine.
and it's a hell of an addiction, hell of an addiction, especially in current day and time. 80 About 80% of men addicted to it. That's a high number. So that's if you imagine 5 men within your circle, 4 of them are addicted to pornography, but they won't speak about it because it's seen shameful. But at the
It's
same
not.
time,
Listen, I actually gonna respect the person who will openly say that rather than like some gentleman
yeah, of course,
with
yeah,
a
yeah.
good job in London. I'm a gentleman. And then when the girl like knows him better after a week, maybe like even fucking 3 days, he's a pussy. It's a fact, you
Yeah,
know.
but it's hard because
But it's
people feel ashamed to come up to be open
that's
about
why
their
guys learn
intimate
more
world.
books and control your energy.
That's it. Control your energy. Your sexual
Even
energy is
right
a
now,
hell
how
of
I'm
a drug.
speaking, actually, I don't have fear. Literally, like I'm open what I'm saying. Like I'm very confident what I'm saying.
Good, and we shouldn't have fear living day to day
And
because
you
we
should
don't.
have the same feeling, guys.
Absolutely, we don't live in a war zone where you should be fearful of anything. So that's already enough reason to eliminate fear and and flow in your high self, to be fair. And that's what this journey is
Yeah,
about.
again, 48 laws of power. If you want to be a king, act like one.
Love that. And on that note, if you made it to the end, subscribe, like, feel free to reach out to us if you got any questions. Some of you reached out to me on Instagram after our last video. A couple of guys, one guy reached out, said he's done 15 days in retention.
Congratulations, brother.
Absolutely, and he wants to do more. He was, asking for different tips and whatnot. So
maybe eventually we can do a podcast and invite people who are asking questions and talk to them.
absolutely, I think it would be good to sit around a table and speak to people that not like us that have been through this journey, but those who want to they tried, they fell, and I guess, and maybe just those who have a very different perspective on this, because not everyone is convinced that this journey is work. Like,
we need to invite a person who is on semen retention, who tries semen retention, and a guy who fucks a lot of women.
Yeah. So
that'll be interesting.
We need different contrasts.
And a person who only watches porn, and convince
him,
brother, you're strong. You can achieve your goal. Getting a dream girl, whatever you want.
Might be tricky to get a person who only watches porn, because nobody wants to have that stigma.
But that's the thing. How much money we need to pay?
Well, if you talk about money, you're probably gonna have a queue of people.
It's not about that, guys.
Absolutely. Anyways,
yeah, guys, subscribe. My name is Jimmy No Cap. All the platforms: Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, YouTube. Jimmy No Cap, not Jamie. Jimmy, like Mr. Beast. Jimmy.
Link in the description. And thank you for being here, and I see you in the next one. Take care, everyone.
See you soon.